Yes, people, what is going down? It's DJ Ash Noble here. It's late. I know it's late. So if you've followed the channel for a long time, you'll know that normally on Christmas Day I will pop up and I'll normally do like just a little live and I'll say sort of like Merry Christmas to everybody, you know, normally do like a little Merry Christmas just to everybody who has like followed and supported me sort of throughout the course of the year. And my Christmas this year has been very, very different to what it would normally be. It's been like just a little bit different. It's not it's been a weird Christmas. I'm gonna be completely honest when I tell you that I'm glad it's over. I'm very happy that it's over because it's been. I don't know. It's felt weird this year and it's felt like quite boring as well. Um, so I went over to my grandparents for Christmas dinner, and you're probably thinking like, why is that different? Like you used to live there, so like why would it be so different? But when I lived there, like I had the shed and everything, and like the shed was like the music space, and like normally I'd go out there and I'd do like say like Merry Christmas or something, in there, or I'd like just get quite festive and get onto some music and stuff. But obviously, with me not living there now, there was like none of the music equipment there. The music equipment is obviously all here, and also like I say again now, I no longer live at my mum's house either. So that obviously was a little bit different within itself. And my grandparents, they're obviously not like they used to be, let's say. And they just weren't really too much in the spirit either. They was quite tired. They just wanted to sleep. And it just I was kind of in a way like I was kind of glad when bedtime came, and it was kind of like to the point where we were kind of saying sort of goodbye to the day, because it just felt like a really long sort of wounded, just a long boring day, like where not much really happened. Like we opened presents and then we had a nice dinner at dinner time, and then sort of after the dinner that was kind of it. And you were just kind of sat there like really sort of like scratching your head and kind of like wondering sort of what to do with yourself. But nevertheless, Merry Christmas to everybody who has supported me this year. We've had a really good year music wise. We cannot complain. Few things outside of music has like not gone the way I wanted it to go. Sadly, a few things have changed, and a few changes. They obviously need to be made. But apart from that, we've had a pretty solid sort of year, sort of upon the music side of things. And I have just been sent a voice note. So let me see if I can actually just. I will be back. Okay, yeah, sorry, we're reconnecting. I just listened to a voice note. So yeah, so Merry Christmas to everybody. And like I say, apart from like a few things outside of music, we've had like a really good music related year, stuff like that. So it's just weird, like how quick Christmas has come round again. Like the Christmas last year, I can't even fully remember what I did. Like that is the crazy thing. But I remember it to an extent because I was supposed to have a booking on the Boxing Day last year, and about this time last year, it got cancelled. The event got cancelled, and someone who was playing at the event decided to just have like a little bit of a mix at his house, and I was quite gutted because I was really looking forward to sort of DJing for the first time on Boxing Day. So I remember I had a lift arranged to take me to the event and stuff, and I just remember that I still got the lift to this. I got the lift to the guy's house, so I could still have a little bit of a little bit of a festive sort of party and a festive mix, and it was just it was enjoyable. But it's just cool, like really surprisingly quick how this year has gone, like really just gone so quick. So we're not going to go into too much about this year, but we've done some amazing gigs. Obviously, my favourite one was the Stomfest outdoors, where we travelled all the way down to Kettering, and I played like a mini outdoor festival, and it was like a really fun experience. So that was like really fun, and yeah. So what I will touch up on, I'll do the aftermaths of the two gigs at the weekend. I had two gigs on Saturday night, and I will touch up on them, and I will just say that they were really enjoyable. I had a really fun time. So I started off, I went over to Grimsby, and I MC'd for Gareth Davis, so I had a microphone set, and it was a really fun set. It wasn't the most busiest event on planet Earth, like, I've got to be completely honest with you. But the people that was there at the time, and Gareth Davis played an absolutely amazing set and played some really good tunes and all the rest of it. And what I was going to say is we had a really good time. I really enjoyed rocking the microphone and just sort of going into the set, and we just did some really good, some really good vibes, and all of that stuff. And then I went over to the experience in Hull that was going off. That event was just absolutely going off. They had the sounds of Makina, they had absolutely everything going off, and I was playing a set in the second room, and the second room was not a room I'd been in before. Now this is like the really bizarre thing, because I played in this club so many times, and I played the room 2 so many times, yet I've not been in what was this room 2. So the original room 2, which is usually downstairs, that was you weren't getting in there. There was no way you were getting in that room, and it was all it had just become like this massive storage room, and there was like everything in there was just like, it just really and it actually, I'm not gonna lie, it looked a little bit off-putting, because like if you was coming to this event and you was expecting a rave, like I got there and I arrived at the event and I actually thought, like, what the hell is going on? Like, is this even still happening? Is this event even still a thing? There was a couple of little doormen stood outside. You go through the door and you go straight upstairs to where the main room is, but it just kind of looked like there was nothing there, and like, you could hear a little bit of music, but to anybody who maybe doesn't come to that club, like, they would have probably thought, like, doesn't even look like there's a rave on here, and that's exactly how it looked. So I got upstairs, and I was like, literally, loads of people in like this first room, and I was kind of thinking and scratching my head, like, don't tell me, like, they've had to get rid of the second room and there isn't even a second room anymore, or like, have all the sets changed, kind of thing. I spoke to my good friend Lee, who was there. I said, where's this second room? And he said, oh, it's actually upstairs, and by the bar there's some stairs that go upstairs. Now, I knew there were stairs here, but never in all my time of going to this club have I been up them stairs. Like, I never even knew what was up there. Some people said there was a room up there. Some other people said it's just a storage room. There's actually a room up there, and there's actually 2 bathrooms up there. And it was like really, really crazy, because I'd never been inside of this room before, and it was just crazy. Big Big Merry Christmas to Impulsive Projects. Big respect to you, bro. So I'd never been up in this room before, and it was really weird, but it was like a really nice. It was a really nice little room. There was some little seats upstairs, and you could sit down. There was the toilets. There was a little DJ booth, and it was just one of them real sort of like really nice, warm, welcoming little rooms to go in. And I was like proper like, oh wow, this is actually quite doody. Never been up here before. Got upstairs. Went over to the DJ booth, like just to have a look at what we're dealing with, what I'm going to be playing a set on. It was a Denon Prime 4, and I kind of thought like, all right, this is a little bit different, you know, not the typical Pioneer, and I'm not gonna lie, I won't mix on anything, you know, because I don't like to sound big-headed, but I know how to mix. And you know, controllers and whatever you want to call them, they do the same things. They have a crossfader, they have a pitch control, they have a jog wheel, they have volume faders, they have a cue button and a play button, you know, and as long as I know that they've got them and they've got a button to select your tracks, I'm gonna be all right. You know, like that is like the basics of like mixing and beat matching. So I wasn't too worried itself, but because it's like a completely different company of controller, like I did just have a little bit of like I hope my USB stick reads, and other people was having issues with their USB sticks, and it wasn't the record the Denon software wasn't reading their sticks, and I thought, oh, for God's sake. You know, this hasn't worked, has it? You know, mine ain't gonna read. Put mine in, and it read it straight away. And I clicked a button, and it said import, and I had to import like loads of these tunes, and like the record, the USB, like the controller, the Denon controller, it almost like analyzed the tracks on the system. So it found the tracks, and then it like quickly analyzed them. So the Denon would read them, and it kept all the cue points as well that I'd made on Rekordbox at home, and it was really good. Like I really did not expect that it was going to work as well as it did, and it actually did, and it was like a really good feeling because I was kind of like, oh, you know, I hope this doesn't work. I was like, oh, I hope this works, should I say? But I was kind of thinking like this isn't going to work because it doesn't work. And because other people was having issues as well, I thought, oh God, I'm going to have issues, and just all the rest of it. And yeah, so it analysed all the tracks. I was ready to go. Played like a UK hardcore set, and then sort of about halfway through the set, decided that, you know what, let's go into some old school 90s bouncy techno, you know, the proper hard banging stuff. So I decided to switch into that for a little bit of a change, and because I've got the Chain Reaction gig coming up in January, I wanted to kind of use this gig as a little bit of a practice, just to see what I'd be like mixing the bouncy techno in a nightclub kind of environment, and you know how would it go down. And I'm not going to lie, it was a struggle. Like I managed to do it, but some of the tracks it was quite hard to hear. And what I will say about mixing on the Denon is that the jog wheel was not that good. The jog wheel was like really the jog wheel was really light, so like moving the jog wheel, like it was really hard to like really just ever so slightly move the jog wheel to get it in beat. So you'd have it like really close to being in beat, and then if you just knocked it too much, like you'd knock it back out of beat, and then you'd have to bring it back the other way, and it was like really hard, like just to get it accurate. So a lot of the mixes they wouldn't have been 100% accurate because I was battling with that jog wheel, but I did manage to do all right. And a lot of people gave some really good feedback and said, you know, look, you played a banging set. You've done really well. You know, it was an absolutely banging set. Loved your set. Someone even bought me a bottle of water halfway through, which was really nice of them. You know, I was proper buzzed. You know, they bought me a bottle of water, and I needed it. I got really hot, and I even took my t-shirt off, which I don't do that very often, but it was just so warm that I just took it off and just proper went for it. And the bouncy techno went down really well, which was like really good to see. And I just thought, rather than go, I'm going to try and not go as cheesy this time, and played a few cheesy songs like earlier on, and then just thought, just kind of thought like, F it, let's go in a bit harder, and let's give them something a little bit more hard pounding. You've got people like Bass Generator headlining and stuff like that, so let's not just go in with some like full cheese and some full whack. And a lot of other people have played like bouncy, cheesy Makina and stuff like that, and I just thought, let's go in with some proper sort of, bouncy techno, some old school vibes and some old school happy hardcore stuff, and it just went down really well, and it just gave me a little bit of a feeling as to what the set's going to be like that I play at the Chain Reaction in about 3 weeks time. So actually just under 4 weeks, so just under 3 weeks until I do Matt Rich's birthday, which is the week before. So yeah, it was one of them. It was one of them really crazy sort of situations, and I was just, I was just obviously buzzed that it went down, well, and people enjoyed it. So that was really good. So two good gigs. I was really grateful for them. I was really blessed that I got the opportunities. So that was obviously a good thing. Let's just... there we go. Yes, so that's cool. So interesting to hear. Yeah, it was a really good vibe. So big up to the Experience, John Herron, Sam Herron for booking me, and big ups to Jamie Gillo for booking me over in Grimsby to do the MC set. That was obviously really good as well. So one final update, and that is the free album. So I kind of I wanted to touch up on this because a lot of people would... I didn't want rumours to start going around about people like, oh, he's not bringing his album out. There was a big... I don't want to go into it too much, but there was a big sort of like speculation. There was big rumours around Joey Riot was releasing an album, or he like raised some money to release an album or something, and then there was loads of speculation because the album like took so long to come, something like that. So I didn't want the same thing. So I want to touch up on the what's going on with my free 10-track album. So the album is still coming. I've always said that the album is going to come. So the idea was to give it to you all for a Christmas present as a thank you for everybody that has supported me throughout this year, especially mainly people who have supported like on the production side of things, hence why it's a free 10-track album. Now, the album is about 97% there. The album is like literally nearly there. And there's just a couple of tracks that I'm just literally toying with, is that the word? Where I'm like undecided. Like, do I want that track to go in the album? Do I put this track in the album instead? Some of the tracks just don't sound exactly like I'm ready to release them yet. So I'm going to aim to bring the album out to you sort of between the Christmas and New Year. So sort of any time now, I'm going to sort of be working on. I'm going to work on it a little bit today, and just sort of start deciding, and having a listen to all the tracks and seeing exactly, toying. That's it, toying. That's the word. So yeah, toying. So I'm going to have a little listen today. I'm going to have a little play around and just decide like which tracks do I think are going to be actually ready for the album. And then hopefully within like the next sort of 3 to 4 days, I can start releasing the album. And there'll be 10 tracks for free. full DJ friendly tracks. So if you DJ yourself, you can grab these tracks and you can DJ with them. If you are not a DJ, sadly, they will just be full tracks. There'll be no radio edits. Otherwise, there would become like 20 tracks that for people to download. I just want the 10 tracks. So they'll all be the full DJ version. So if you do just listen to music and you don't DJ, you will get like the just the kick and clap intros and the intro bass, if that makes sense, like, because it's aimed at DJs, obviously, being able to download them and being able to mix them and stuff like that. So they'll just be the full DJ friendly tracks, unfortunately, but never fear, because the album is still here, and it's still going to come out. So I've got, like I say, I've got about, I think I've got a good 7 or 8 tracks that I'm like definitely happy with them going on to the album, and definitely cannot wait to share them with you. But there's just a couple where I'm just thinking, do it. Like I made a track called iPad, and I was going to put that in the album, and now I'm kind of thinking, do I put it in the album? What do I actually do? So I'm going to sort of have a little bit of a listen, reconnecting. I've just had a text from family member, so I'll ring them after this live stream. What was I going to say? So the album's going to come. The album is definitely going to come, and we will definitely bring it to you. So that'll be really good. I can't wait to bring it to you, and you'll all be able to play it in your sets. And one thing that I am going to say is I'm just really excited for next year. There's some like really good bookings in the pipeline. Some of them I've announced. So one of them I haven't announced yet, but I know a bit about it, and I'm like really excited for it. So we're going on a bit of a road trip as well. Somewhere I've been before, an event that I played at before, which I did mention in another stream. So those of you who may or may not know, so there's a little bit of a backing story with this place where I'm going, this town, this city, if you like. So I got a booking there last year. I went to the booking, stayed in a hotel, had a really, really good time, had a really, really enjoyable event, and then a couple of months down the line, another person booked me for an event in that same town, and then sadly the venue that they were having the event held at, it shut down. So it was a different venue, it was a different event to the first event that I played within this town, and it was just more like a little bit of a smaller event, but I was looking forward to it. And anyway, unfortunately it got cancelled. It was supposed to be a Halloween thing, never happened. And then essentially the first event that I played in this town, which was a bit of a bigger event, and they had some really good headliners and stuff booked for it. They are putting on their second event, and they have asked me. They've asked me back. They've said, "Will I play? Will I play this event again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I will. Of course I'll play this event again." So I'm really looking forward to that, and they're slowly releasing bits of information, so I'll be sharing some stuff with you very, very soon, and I can't wait for it. So once I know, I will be letting you know. And then if anybody does want to come to the event, and anybody does want to hear me play, you'll be able to hear me play. The only other hint I will give you is it is a bounce event, so I will be playing a bounce set. I'll be playing some of my own tracks. I'll be playing some stuff out of the free album. I'll be playing whatever other stuff I'm working on as well. I need to work on some new stuff as well, and I need to get some stuff sent over to Excite, because I've only got one release due to come out with them, which is in January, and then that is like literally like I've sent nothing else to them, so I've got to do some stuff. I've got to do some really good stuff. So I'm gonna obviously get on to sort of doing some stuff, and we'll see sort of roughly where we go with that. So yeah, so that is going to do it for this stream. Merry Christmas to you all. Big thank you to everybody who has supported us this year. It's been amazing, whether you've supported us through the youth work, whether you've supported us through DJing, or MCing. I will touch up on this as well because I made an announcement on my Instagram. I'm going to be bringing MC Noble back. I'm going to be making a comeback with MC Noble as well. As you know, we've been blowing up on TikTok. We've been hitting millions of views with some of the old MCs and stuff. And just essentially, a lot of people ask me, like, doing MC, spit bars, rap, you know, bring MC Noble back, where is he? People don't like the fact that I don't really spit bars anymore and do all the freestyling videos and stuff. So I've decided that I'm gonna come back and do some more lyrics for you, write some more stuff. I've got some stuff in the pipeline. Also working with the removal company that made the viral reel that has nearly hit heart, like 1.5 million views or something like that, which is crazy. So like, comment, share. We'll see you soon. Hope you have a good new year. I will be streaming at some point between Christmas and New Year, so keep an eye out for that. I'll make announcements when the album drops, and if there's any gigs to announce, I'll let you know. So, yep, see you soon, people.